GLHF, first game on the line, and we have Loki, Odin, Zeus versus Zeus, double Kronos, and it's on Medit. Kinda interesting. Medipus and it's SUD home map, so they are definitely trying to do some deconstructions fun with Kronos. So they have prepared a strategy, and let's see if they are able to execute it properly. Starting with some early stuff for each player, we are starting with Lyor, who is having kind of standard position, going for the water with his ArF. So will you see some fish? No, yeah, just going for faster time here. Not really wanting to waste it, but looking at his teammates, ArF, he has discovered a pretty decent spot, even though he is in kind of a cove. Well, this 3 spot is pretty nice there. And he is, as Zeus, going for standard start for piggies and wood willies here near his TC, although it's kinda not what you would see usually, so he's kinda making a non-standard build, I would say. But anyway, let's move to the third one, who is Grand Monster. Also sees quite nice spot here, and looking at his base, and it's pretty much okay. Also gathering the picks to speed up. Moving on Skyfire, who is a Kronos. He is resorting to chickens, and his spot is pretty decent. It is 3 right next to his dock, which is on a pretty nice peninsula, so that's always a good spot to have. And another 3 spot is here. Yeah, and looking out at his scouting, it's pretty decent as well. Moving on, the next one. Well, Sigma, this is pretty much the worst placement of the dock. He should have went a bit further, to be honest, to be more on the open sea, because right now he's in a cove, but still the cove is not bad with 6 spots, so you won't really pay the price for that all that much. Looking at his base, he found just one stray deer, and he has some aurochs here, so he could potentially have some decent advance time. And here's the first reconstruction from SUD Skyfire, and that forces Grand Monster to build second. But already he was able to put up 3 fishing chips, so he is already gathering, and the delay will not be all that brutal as it could have been if it was earlier. Anyway, the last one I wasn't talking about was Goku. Yeah, he's playing the standard Zeus start pretty much, although he went a bit early for this, maybe stealing a bit of wood from extra fishing chip, but he seems to be having a good echo, and his fishing spots are nice as well. Right now we can have a quick look at some of the TCs. This is definitely in water range, so that's a minus for ArF. This shouldn't be, it's very close, but shouldn't be in range, I guess. And this is definitely in water range, that's, yeah. If the ships pile up here, they should be shooting at it. And that's third from Grand Monster, so that's 2 bad TCs for ArF, and they will be hard pressed to actually win the water here. Looking at some of the god powers, Sigma hasn't used his reconstruction yet, and we can see that ArF is building his second dock at a pretty advantageous position at this peninsula, very close to fishing spots, so he'll be having a pretty nice echo. Looking at this bottom part, we see Goku actually starting to fight with Lyre for the fishing spots. Lyre has already having a better echo than the teal, and well, we'll see what is up here. We are at 326, so I can kinda expect someone to up. Possibly Sigma, yeah, he already has the dock. Oh, dock, that's temple, not the dock. And how about yellow? He's just building now. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what their strategy is right now, because they haven't used the deconstructions to really slow their opponents just once. So, I'm not really sure if they're hoping to somehow stop the classical ages. Production in classical age, but it won't really do all that much. Anyway, ArF is advancing through Hermes, which means he is not going for Athena, which is kinda curious, considering we are playing Medit, where restoration is really powerful. So they potentially expect some of the deconstructions to go on one player, and they want to play the ceasefire to kinda get themselves back into the game. We can see that Grand Monster is already building 3 docks to be safe from the reconstruction and be in a good position. Same goes for ArF and Lyor. Yeah, he has just 2, but he should be kinda fine. Okay, so we have haha, some early aggression on land here from SUD, where Sigma has valored his oracles, and everything is being transported here on the left. You could have seen that on the minimap, those blobs were very thin there, but this is kinda very adventurous, and we will see if Grand Monster will reply with building his towers right now. He really should be building those towers as soon as he can, rather upgrading, and he will most definitely need the help from ArF here. Well, this is a good strategy from SUD, because they will be housing Grand Monster, and that's really going to slow him down, because at this point every house is really crucial, especially when you can expect water battles like they are right now going on. And this seems that the early advances from SUDs are really going to pay off. You can see that the land aggression is going on full, and yeah, they definitely want to they want to delete Grand Monster from water, and this is why ArF went through Hermes, because he expected this, and this is the best answer to actually help his teammate. At the bottom, Goku is also trying to do some stuff against Lyor, but he doesn't really have all that many soldiers right here, and he's not really going hardcore for it. Oh, right now housed as well. But at the top, both of those heroes are very powerful here and will help Lyor quite nicely. I'm still waiting for those towers to be somehow upgraded, but they are not yet. And this one wheelie. So where are you going to build the military buildings? Near the TC, or are you going for a TC straight on? Yeah, you're not, so... Okay, that's a stray wheelie, maybe from a checkpoint or rather flag from the TC. And right now we have a big battle, and ArF employing the very clever strategy of Pegasus spam that attracts fire from the ships, which are not then firing at your ships, saving a whole ton of damage. We can see Grand Monster with quite some units, same goes for ArF, and well, being caught under the fire of the docks is not really where SUDs wanted to find themselves, and right now they are definitely losing the water, and on land they're not doing a whole lot better, because their attack was reliant on the mythical units and they just got slaughtered by ArF's heroes. So there's this battle pretty much done, I think, and this will very soon escalate into attack onto SUD. And how's it looking at the bottom? Well, this is a standard 1v1, ArF also employing the Pegasus here to annoy his opponent, but Lyor is not really doing good enough here. But still, he's not doing badly either, so this is kinda open-ended. With a bit of micro, actually, Lyor might be able to gain an advantage. He concentrates on just the damage ships, take them down sooner. But interesting stuff is still going on here at the top, where SUD is trying to somehow get them on land, but well, I cannot believe that Grand Monster is still not having those towers. The moment he builds the towers or upgrades the towers, the land aggression is pretty much gone from SUD, because it will be just too much damage and they wouldn't be able to overcome really. And well, so far, if they don't plan on upgrading that, well, they need to do something more than just having Monster here alone with a bit of Lyor. Well, this is a bit micro-intensive, but on the water, well, that's a huge red army right there. And, well, probably it's just now all about annoying his opponents, and that's pretty much it. you can see that Lyre, or rather Adafunk is the green one, is not really committing to see all that much, he's just making a ton of Pegasi. But without the proper micro, they're not really useful. Come on, Adafunk, do a bit better here. Yeah, if you put all those guys above here, now that could be an interesting battle, but right now Lyre is just losing ground, or rather water here. And this is definitely not the battle he wanted to take. He should have run away a lot sooner. Anyway, let's switch to the top, where the situation is the exact opposite, with Grand Monster owning his opponents. And on the land, it's still undecided, but you can see that Red has a lot of army here. And all those throwing axemen, 11 throwing axemen, are actually a decent army that should be able to stop any chances of SUD's advance. If you look at the minimap real quick, you can see that yellow is taking second and third EC, so it's already transitioning quite nicely to have a better echo. So I would kinda expect that he would be pushing a bit more on the land, but he's not really. He has just the temple there, so he's maybe trying to out-echo his opponents and go into some faster heroic possibly. Well, faster heroic at 10:34. That's kinda normal time, and not really a faster one, so possibly a faster switch to Mythic right then. Anyway, the aggression on land continues, with Red still being harassed, but not really some tough position, but we see a big battle on the water on the bottom, at the bottom where Goku has used Restoration, a very powerful spell, but it didn't really yield enough results because it was basically 1 versus 3. So at that point you could basically count it as a lost god power, and he should have realized that the battle was not really his to win, and possibly just, I don't know, try to raid the fish and chips, or at least lure his opponents to his docks sooner. Right now the water is most definitely in ArF's power, so I'm just gonna switch to the land battle, which seems to be a bit more interesting, with Grand Monster upgrading to mediums. And how's it looking for at least yellow? He should be having a good echo, but still no upgrades. And purple, come on, also no upgrades. I would expect Lyre to have some. Just see this battle, which seems kinda interesting. And go in ArF's way, most definitely. Yeah, all those buildings will get destroyed, and you can see that Skyfire is already recognizing the situation and transporting his building back to his base most probably. Okay, so this is the base secure here, and we can see though that on the water Goku is not giving up. The only thing he has given up is land. He's not really aggressive on land at all, which allows Lyre to be full on the top, with full on being 3 units. That's not a whole lot, but still that counts. And with this battle being decidedly won in ArF's favor, let's look how's it looking for Goku here. Still the Pegasi here to annoy, and they are doing just that. But green, come on, and red as well. Just encircle the deal, and the deal will be done here. He's trying to maneuver these ships to his docks to at least give some extra damage, and well, that's kinda surprising to see purple here actually returning to the water. I don't really think it has much of a chance, but still, they are at least trying to force their opponents to kinda commit to water and not just clean it up and transfer to land easily. But still, you can see on the minimap that Adafunk is already taking second and third TC. He has actually already taken that. Grand Monster second, same goes for Lyre, and only on multiple TCs for SUDs is so far Skyfire. And well, I'm Goku just now picking the second and Sigma as well. Okay, so everyone is just kinda recognizing that the water is not anymore a battlefield to concentrate on, even though Purple seems to like to put my words to a lie, and Goku and ArF at the same time advancing through Apollo. So maybe some back TC steal? Well, that shouldn't really happen, only back TC available is for ArFs. And we can right now look at what's happening. Well, I just want to look at here, at the bottom. And it seems that ArF are actually kinda underestimating the water still. Because Goku is going full on still. And once he puts into the mix some seed chips, it might be a tad too difficult for ArFs to come back to the water if they let themselves be defeated somehow. A bit better cooperation could be beneficial here, and right now I kinda like to switch at the top, and first seed chips are here. So definitely need to react here, ArFs, if they don't want to lose the water, which seem to be clear in their power, but not anymore. Anyway, we need to switch to the land battles, because Red has amassed a pretty decent army, and he seemed to be looking advanced on his enemies. And is he supported by anyone? It doesn't really seem so, because Green is not having any buildings here, Blue either. Whereas Blue, though, yeah, he's following Goku in, and actually wanting to steal his front DC. That's a pretty decent play, and kinda sloppy from I Am Goku that he's not guarding this. He needs to be aware, and well, right now he will be. So he's kinda just in time to at least stop Lyre, but not really defeat him. He doesn't have enough units here. And well, Purple is just now trying to actually go here. So yeah, we might expect a double or double. Purple is right now at both sides, so he will be able to bump up units at both sides, and right now Lyre might need a bit of help, but the commitment doesn't really seem all that great from Purple as yet. And Lyre might be able to actually defend this by himself. All he needs to do is really steal this TC, and once he does, well, that's trouble for SUD. Just having a look back at the water, while this really is going to be hammered down by the Helsers, we can see that ArF has already hammer ships to counter some of the sea ships, and he is cleaning up what remains of Sigma's fishing ships and trying to help his allies in defeating Goku. But, well, he has amassed 11 sea ships, that's pretty decent. And even 4 hammer ships might just not be enough. But if everyone converges on him, well, it just could be. But yeah, they would need to micro a bit better and not leave ArF all alone under the fire of these dogs right there. Yeah, this is not really a good battle. Not really sure why Goku wouldn't continue shooting, but anyway. At the bottom, Alior is, with some help of his towers, able to defend the front EC and actually capture it. It doesn't really seem like SUD should be able to stop him right now. And well, those two are just some extra wood that Purple might use in his army or maybe upgrades. We should just delete this to get the extra resources back. And we can see pretty decent walling from Lyre, and he will be pretty soon able to somehow punish SUD's kinda lack of attention on this DC. Switching to the north, and well, not much going on other than SUD just losing a Frost Giant for free. And Grand Monster going for Temple and Hillfort to actually forward his build here. Right now, with not much going on, I'd kinda like to check how's everybody advancing. ArF is already through Zeus, through Hesphaistos, sorry. And Skyfire is also gone through. I don't remember what this guy is, so let's just leave it at that. How's he looking at Grand Monster? Is he maybe advancing? I just build in extra here, and that's a nice raid from Skyfire. Nice raid right there, but Frost Giant is going for rescue, and that's actually all that it takes to get these guys away, but they will continue. No they won't, because some willies transformed into Ulfsarks are just going to repel this raiding army right there. It doesn't seem like red is advancing yet, but you can see that yellow is already trying to push him back at least a bit, but it's not like he has enough army here, and quite some nice micro with from Grand Monster to actually freeze in this Leviathan, and Implosion is right there to deal some decent damage and destroy the wall and put this Pilfor at some low hit points. This is kinda interesting push right there from yellow. Definitely some interesting units there. Destroyers to this, but we have Underworld Passage, and that's here. Oh yeah, that's the standard from Zeus. That's the Destruction Derby coming on. Nice traitor. But still, TCs will be coming down, but ArF will have to be careful to actually repair this Underworld Passage. Well, this vortex is nice, but still, the TC is down, so that means a bit of a problem for Sigma will be popped for at least a moment. And Willy's here, and well, will they go for the TC right on? No, they are just going for the tower, and then they will potentially go for the DC, because Myrmidons are already trickling in, champions and already being upgraded. So this will be a very tough army to deal with for Sigma. And is he going safe first? He's probably going safe first. Or is he not? Well, yeah, he is. Fortress to guard this Underworld Passage. And well. Tough situation for the suits right now. Meanwhile, at the bottom, how's it looking for Lyor? He's kinda trying to go forward, but this is very well defensible position, very nice defensible position from suits, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Meanwhile, at the north, Skyfire was trying to push through, but Grand Monster was doing basically the same thing suits are doing at the bottom, and right now he's having at least the baseline of upgrades, and yellow, well, he doesn't have anything, so yeah, no wonder that he's not really advancing anywhere. So let's go back to what ArF is right now doing. And, well, he's going for the tower spam to protect this TC even further. And where are his guys? Going lower somewhere. Yeah, they are destroying another TC from Sigma. So that's another TC down. Sigma will be at 1. And even though everybody is advancing to Mythic, Grand Monster is the only one who isn't in Mythic. This doesn't really bode well. Another Vortex. Actually, well, that's a pretty good one from Sigma, because that's a lot of destroyers, and that's going to be trouble. Yeah, deconstruction, and, well, I'm afraid goodbye, Underworld Passage. Even though there's the super speed bonus for the repair of the Underworld Passage, it really shouldn't be standing against all those destroyers. Yeah, goodbye. Through Bolt. And, well, unfortunately this is gone. So, now it all depends if ArF will be able to keep this village alive. He still has the tower here. And right now, this could be dangerous, because once he starts pumping up Myrmidons, they will be very useful against those destroyers. So, how's it looking right now, ArF? Okay, finally switch it on. And well, at the bottom it seems blue is advancing into the base, so I'm just gonna switch there, once ArF has already been able to secure the position here again. And blue is getting through with the help of his piggies. You can see 2 died, but still, pretty decent job. Another nice traitor, because fire giants are very good at destroying buildings. And the Titan from Skyfire, alright. Well, Amgoku is doing all he can to defend here, but you can see that ArF is right there as well with a lot of military buildings, and he is lending his support through Colossi. So, well, this is going to be pretty decent siege to get rid of the buildings and possibly house a deal. Well, that's a lot of houses here, and if guys from ArF concentrate on those, well, good luck defending then, Goku. At the north there's literally nothing going on, so really sure what Red is right now waiting for. But anyway, I'm just kinda curious about ArF in the middle, and he's continuing to annoy his opponents. And right now, interested in going for the Titan Gate, it seems. Do they have some spell to use there? Grand Monster has Frost. That wouldn't be the worst case of action actually, to freeze all those villies for a minute and allow these guys to actually deal as much damage as they can to the Titan Gate. But still, there still is the Vortex here from Sigma. If he has some army... yeah, here it is. Here's the Vortex to protect. Grand Monster is Mythic, so that's where he was going for full-on Willies, and Ragnarok will be coming soon, I guess. That's why he wasn't doing anything at the north, really. But this is now a very important part of the game. Delaying the Titan Gate and possibly hoping to get there with something. Looking at the minimap, it doesn't really look like anything is going there soon. Just 2 slow dots, which seems to be some Colossi, but, well, this Titan Gate is up. Yep, those one could get there in time. At the bottom, well, blue is inevitably going forward with all those guys. That's a lot of siege. Yep, 2 ballistas, 6 fire giants. Tough time for I Am Goku. It doesn't seem like he has enough echo to pump enough army. I don't know, he's literally without upgrades as a mythical Zeus. Not gonna expect a lot more from him at this point. We are 26 minutes in, and he's good 5 minutes at least in Mythic. And right now we can see Skyfire and Goku losing TCs. So TC advantage going into the ArF's guys side, and well, I definitely hope this is not a drop. No, it isn't. So glad about that. And where's the Titan going? He is going to the bottom, so he will probably try to somehow kill ArF. We can see Goku is kinda reddish. But I kinda think in this game is more or less there, especially with the Ragnarok that's going just to steamroll through the north. Yeah, this is not a defensible position, so it's not like Tila is going to do anything. And right now, through the Ragnarok, Grand Monster building Titan with part of his army, and the second part is just going to wreck yellow right now. Yeah, going with Titan against all those heroes of Ragnarok is not exactly the cleverest of ideas, but they are at the desperate mode right now. And recognize that the game is over, and ArFs are leading 1-0 with a pretty decent game here. And definitely SUDs weren't any outsiders, and ArF had a lot to work with. Very nice game. Let's check into the post game, where ArF was the MVP, as you would expect, in a pocket from him. Doing very decent job. Yeah, well, that's what you call an echo. That's what you call an echo. Right there. Sigma, well, that's kinda lowish, really, on the release there. Same could be said for Skyfire, 26 minutes in just this. It's not really enough. And in military, Adafang, wow, that's a very nice skill-loss ratio, isn't it? Almost a double. And moving into improvements. Arhafang, yep. And again, those two Kronos guys, they just invested into the early fight and then couldn't keep up when they were defended kinda decently from ArF. Champion Myrmidon 47. Yep, tough to fight against that. And I am Goku, as you could have seen, he was really seriously concentrating on the water there. And Pegasus spam from Arhafang. Nice strat right there, and 1-0 for ArF.